It's done. Surgery is done. I feel like I've smoked one of those canoe joints. Yo, tired. Time to eat. I'm very grateful. Okay, so the surgery went well. Don't have any pain at the moment. I don't know if there are painkillers in my system, but I haven't been able to get up. I'm not allowed to walk until the physio clears me to walk and see if I can walk and all that nonsense. So chilling in a very, very expensive hospital bed. It's pretty comfortable, I'm not gonna lie. But here, this is what I've been pissing in. This is my urinal. Oh, I'm knackered. I'm gonna continue sleeping. I'm gonna do some client check-ins, make sure everyone's sorted and ready, and then see how we go from there. Okay, so lately I've been finding myself really struggling with drive. Okay, I've been finding staying consistent to be a lot more difficult, and one of the biggest reasons for that is obviously the surgery that's happened. It's kind of thrown me off, but to be completely honest with you, even pre-surgery, before the surgery happened, I felt myself really struggling, like really having to use willpower to lock in. And another big factor toward that is because I've put so much in my plate toward this end of this year. I'm on a mission right now to create the absolute best program there is out there, the best course, all of that, to transform people's lives, right? That's what it's all about at the end of the day, because it's so much more than just a physique change. This entire program, the insulin recomp method, which was the lean mass method, as you guys knew before, it's more about just the physique change. It's about the mindset change. It's about adopting habits that are going to make sure that you sustain whatever progress you see for the rest of your life. And at the end of the day, it's an identity change, because I'm a big believer, I'm a big preacher, not only that mindset is the cornerstone of any success. If your mindset is not locked in, you will never gain success, right? Because you're going to have days where you don't feel like doing shit. You're going to have days where, you doubt yourself. You're going to have days where you feel like you want to quit. But that's where having that powerful mindset locked in, reminding yourself of why you're doing what you're doing, how your life is going to change, and why you want to get out of your current situation, or the type of standard you hold yourself to, that's where mindset matters, right? And not just that, being able to achieve whatever goal that you set out is so much more than just the implementation. Yes, it's the implementation. Yes, it's a big goal, but it's an identity change at the end of the day. Your goal shouldn't be just to make $100 million. Your goal shouldn't just be to, quickly drop 20 pounds or gain 10 pounds of lean mass. No. In order to get there, you need to change your identity. You need to become that person. You need to do what that person does. So, yeah, I find myself struggling, to be honest. It's been a crazy couple months, 10 or 11, almost 12 months or something like that of this injury. And it's been tough, right? It's been mental battles, fighting with myself, doubting myself, luckily understanding how to get out of that, because it's normal, like stress, overwhelm, those feelings, they do come up 100%, but that's, again, where your mindset is crucial. Otherwise, you can just fall into that deep hole, right? You can fall into that spiral, and that spiral catches you. It's very difficult to come back out. I mean, I went from 110 to 111 kilograms, which is like 240, maybe 250 pounds. And I, gone down to about 95 kilograms. So I went from a big guy, strong guy, to literally not being able to put on my shoes, literally having my girlfriend put on my pants. There was 2.5 weeks where I couldn't get up, I couldn't walk, and one of the biggest problems was that, everything kind of stood still, because I'd spent so many years working to first build up the courage and kind of have the idea and the goal to start competing in bodybuilding. And then, I decided, what's stopping me? I've got nothing to lose, because before I really locked in my nutrition, before I really locked in my training and my mindset, I was in a difficult place, right? I was partying every single weekend, every single week, to be honest, 3 times per week at least, then the whole entire weekend. I remember still coming home at like 3:45 or some shit like that in the morning, and then like sitting there and feeling super depressed, and continuously telling myself, you know what, this shit needs to change. I'm going absolutely nowhere in my life. I'm going to bed at 3:45, then I'm waking up at 6 a.m. to go train personal training clients still at that time, and I was broke as shit. All my money was being pissed away, and you know, I was sick of it. I had all this ambition, I had all of these goals, all of these aspirations, but I was absolutely doing nothing to change that. And you know, I wanted to change it, so I made that change. But that's also why I'm a big person about structure. I need structure in my life. If I don't have structure, I go absolutely ballistic. I go absolutely crazy. Since I've implemented structure, routines, systems, my life has been bliss. I've been progressing every single year, both physically, financially, mentally, and that's what I'm very happy about it. But because I've been working so hard for those 2 years to obtain that pro card, which last year I literally came this short of. I came second to the guy that won. So second of Africa, that would have taken me to that pro status and would have given me that ticket to kind of go to go compete overseas for IFBB. And you know, everything just stood still. It just stopped, right? From going to training 5 to 6 times per week, having those routines locked in, then everything just being flipped around, being able to lift over 220 kilograms, so that's what, 400 and something pounds in bench press, to not being able to put on my socks, not being able to put on my pants or walk. You know, that whole thing, losing that drive, losing that purpose that I had of working towards something really fucked me up. And that was one of the biggest reasons. And that's also, you know, it's been a lot. Luckily, I've been able to focus on my business. Luckily, I've been able to focus on like fulfillment with my clients and just upgrading the shit out of this program. And that's why I always say there's always an upside. There's always a silver lining. So always find the upside of something. And if there's a problem, if there's a situation that you absolutely hate, find a way to change it, right? Find a way to bend it to your advantage. I couldn't walk, I couldn't train, I couldn't do any of that shit, but you know what that gave me? It gave me a little bit of extra time to like really solidify and do a bunch of other things. But with all of this shit being said, this is the key point as to why I'm making this video, because I've made a decision. I don't want to go into the new year like saying, you know what, next year I'll do this. Next year I'm going to do all of the tasks I set out for next year. I've put on so much shit on my plate this year, and the year's almost finished, that I got a lot of work to do. And lately I've just been feeling like there's not enough time in the day. I've been running around getting overwhelmed because of all of this workload. But the biggest problem is I haven't been following my structures, and because I've been putting up so much things on my plate, I haven't updated them. When you get more on your plate, it's so important to continuously update. It's like updating a training program. It's like constantly updating your meal plan in order to see progress. If you don't make those updates, you won't see that progress, and it's that simple. So next week, today's Sunday, I'm leaving tomorrow. I've decided to start the 72-hour full recomp, where my priority is to recomp my mindset, recomp my insulin sensitivity. I'm cutting out the carbs so that I can be primed for when I'm able to train, just gain ridiculous amounts of mass and be even bigger than I was last year and take my shit to the next level, because I still have that goal of getting that pro card. Even though I'm not 100% sure if I want, I don't know, I don't actually think I want to do bodybuilding as a career. No. This is just something because I set myself to a certain standard and I like to push my limits. I absolutely love it in all aspects. So that's why I'm doing that. Recomp my discipline. get my system structured, get my system set up, and most importantly, put myself through the trenches. Put myself through the trenches and build absolute resilience. That is what this is about, and I'm going to be doing it. So with that being said, this is what it's going to be about. 72 hours of waking up at 4 a.m. So 3 days. 3:45 a.m. wake up, going to bed at 10:30. 12 hours of deep work per day. Then I've got my meal structured. I have created a calendar, or I'm going to create a calendar of everything. I'm going to show you guys exactly what that looks like. The calendar, how I'm setting that up, how I'm putting timers for each meal, how I'm putting timers for each work session, my wake up time, timers for when I do my push-ups, timers for when I deal with clients. Everything is going to be structured, everything is going to be set up. And this is also to prove how that excuse of not having enough time is utter bullshit. Because if you want something bad enough, you will do whatever it takes to get that shit done, right? And that is me putting in 12 hours of work. That is me waking up at 3:45 so I can fit everything in. That is me still doing my push-ups, staying fit. I'm doing 300 push-ups a day, split into 3 sets. So 100, 100, and 100. Taking cold showers to build that discipline, to build that resilience, to overcome uncomfortable situations, and ultimately to become a fucking man. Because that is what I believe a man to be. I believe a man to be someone who is strong, who can overcome things, who can be a provider, who can be a protector. If shit hits the fan, knows exactly what to do, knows how to keep their cool, knows how to go through tough shit. Because unfortunately, a lot of this generation isn't like that anymore. And this is the start of it. And not just that, this is to help me build momentum. And this is to I've set out goals for next year as well that I want to do, specifically with the upgrading and the fulfillment of the program. Why do I have to start it next year? Let me go and start it now. Think about it. How many times have you told yourself that you're going to do something for your New Year's resolution and it's never ever solidified? You know what, next year I'm going to start this. When New Year's hits the clock, you know, you set this goal, then maybe 2 weeks you fall off completely. And the biggest reason why you fall off is because you go into that year with no momentum. You just say, okay, I've just had Christmas, we've had New Year's, got absolutely wasted. Now I want to start the new year on a fresh note, but I've got no momentum. So I'm starting from the bottom. I've got no habits built up. I've got no structure set up. Boom, boom, boom. A week, 2 weeks, you fall off and you never get there. I mean, think about a New Year's resolution that maybe you set out 3 years ago. Have you achieved it? Think about anything. Think about something that you've set up, any goal that you've set up and you still haven't been able to achieve. Now, I don't want that shit to happen to me. I've got big goals for 2026. And I know what it's going to take. It's going to take hard work. It's going to take sacrifice. But that's the beauty of it, because all of this hard work, all of this sacrifice, all of this discipline, all of the days where I don't feel like doing the shit I want to do, that is what builds character. That is what builds a man. It's about the process. My physique, I went from 58 kgs, skinny little bitch, to, 110 kgs. Gained ridiculous amounts of confidence. Not confidence in the fact where I walk around with my shirt off. No, confidence in the fact that, first of all, I don't care about anyone. Like, I don't care what anyone thinks, because I was extremely insecure back then. Very, very insecure. Like, I would be in front of the mirror, like changing clothes maybe for 30 minutes. Like, is someone going to call my legs skinny? Is someone going to call my arms skinny? So I've never felt that. And the biggest confidence is not just the actual physique change, but it's the process. It's everything that I went through. It's about the failures. It's about the doubts. It's about the wanting to quit and pushing past it. That is what builds self-confidence. That can be a man's greatest strength. Self-confidence, self-belief, and continuously showing up even when shit gets hard. And this 72-hour reset is going to be that. And I'm going to be documenting the whole thing starting from today, which is the preparation phase, where I'm going to be packing everything. I'm going to be getting meal prep containers, be doing all of my meal preps, getting my meal plan set up, getting my calendar set up, with all of those alarms, which I want to show you guys as well, this is where it starts. Fuck the New Year's resolution. This is where it starts. Let's go, baby. I'm going to take you guys through it. You guys are going to see me wake up 3:45 a.m., do my push-ups, go through the trenches, and you know what? Steal it, use it. If you feel like you need that discipline, if you feel like you need, like you've been slacking, if you feel like you know that you can put in more, because that's how I've been feeling. I know that I can put in more effort. And that's why I'm doing this. Because I want to prove it to myself. I can graph for 12 hours. I can get through those early morning wake-ups, those fucking cold showers when the sun isn't even out yet. That's what it's about. It's about getting those structures set up so that I've got more freedom in my life. Peace, guys. See you in a bit. Okay, it's time to bounce. Gonna go do all of the shopping, get all of the meal prep food ready, everything needed, notebooks, all that good shit. Make sure that everything in the checklist is done. And once I'm doing that, I was gonna go get a nice little faster cardio in. Got my electrolytes, got my glutamine, but I'll check you guys at the shop. Okay, gonna go eat some breakfast now. Haven't gone to the shops yet, but on the way. Did the fasted walk this morning, and now we're gonna clap some breakfast. Okay, we've got a bagel for breakfast, a little bit of bacon, a little bit of egg. Okay, I'm in my secret little meal prep container store. This is where they are. That's the good shit. Best for meal prepping. Okay, so I'm gonna get about 3 of these. So there's 30 containers. Okay, so we just came back from the long shop. Now I'm finishing off the calendar. Starting to look a hell of a lot better, I'm not gonna lie. Got Bean here saying adios to goodbyes till I go on my little solo trip. And yeah, check you guys, I'll show you guys exactly what that what the schedule looks like. It's starting to come together real nicely. I just gotta put those alarms to it, make sure that I'm on point, on track with everything. Meals are being prepped at the moment. Got a big container, ordered some ice, and we almost ready to go. Let me show you guys. So I've created a Google Doc for the 72-hour recomp, right? So this is basically an overview. It's a game plan to ensure that I actually stick to it and that I've actually got structure. So here we've got the overview. So this is a 72-hour full recomp aimed to test my limits, put myself through the trenches, set up system structures to optimize my insulin sensitivity and mindset. I'll be working 12 hours daily to complete all tasks I've set out for this year and already start working on the plans I've set out for 2026. This is how you start and commit to your New Year's resolution. Build momentum so that I can go straight into the new year in the flow state and set myself up for success. This is to prove to myself that I can overcome whatever I put my mind to, solidify the goal of the man that I'm trying to become and aspire to be, right? So these are basically the tasks that I need to get done. Then I've got a checklist to make sure I've got all my clothes, my food, my meal preps, my whiteboard, my books, my clothes, my stationery, all that good shit to make sure that I'm set up. Because today, which is Sunday, is going to be the preparation phase. Monday is also going to be the preparation phase where I need to go book into the place, which I still haven't found yet, but I'll find it tonight. I've got a couple of links of places that I'm looking at. Then, obviously, documenting the journey, and here's where the good source comes. This is going to be my best friend for the next 72 hours, right? Starting on Tuesday morning. So Tuesday morning to Friday, it's going to be 3:45 a.m. This is Friday. I'm going to be waking up 3:45. I'll probably work until 1, but it's actually from Tuesday until Thursday. The whole of Tuesday, the whole of Wednesday, and the whole of Thursday, that is going to be 72 hours. That is what I'm going to need to get back into that flow state to check all of this out because I'm going to be working 12 hours daily. I'm going to be doing 300 push-ups every single day because that's obviously what I can only do at the moment. And I'm going to be doing my fasted walks. I got my meals planned on the times that they're going to do. But this is basically what I've set up, and you can copy the exact same thing. Now that doesn't mean I have to wake up at 3:45, right? This I'm doing because I want to do it, right? It's to put me in that uncomfortable position to help me get that discipline to that next level. Literally put myself through those trenches, have that cold shower. Obviously, I don't want to have a cold shower in the morning, but that's the whole purpose. That's the whole point. I don't want to work for 12 hours straight. Like, I'm gonna get fatigued. I've got no carbs in my system. That's why I'm gonna have to have the meal plan set up in a specific way where I manipulate those macros, right? So that I've got fats to give me energy because I'm also recomping my insulin sensitivity. I'm gonna be pushing that glycogen out even more, even more, even more. So that when I do have that gecko, when I am allowed to go back to the gym and hit it full 100%, I'm gonna be picking up mad gains. I've lost about 30 pounds already, right? Because I've had to drop the food so I don't become a fat shit. So this is what we got. Basically, that is and now I've put it into a Google Calendar to make my life a hell of a lot easier. So here we have
the times for every single thing, the morning, the cold shower, the push-ups, the self-development sessions, the breaks in between, the deep work, the breaks, the deep work, all that good shit. Meals, meal one, meal two, meal three. Everything is set up for success so that I can no longer use the excuse, I don't have enough time or I have too much work to do. That's a bunch of bullshit. It all depends. If you want something bad enough, you will do whatever it takes, man. If I wanted something so bad, I'll wake up at 2 a.m. and I'll go to sleep at 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. It's that simple, right? You want to get out of a situation, this is what it takes. So this is my challenge, 72 hours. It's going to be madness. I'm not going to 100% feel it, but guys, steal the structure. If you are like, honestly, think about it. If you're struggling to like fit everything in, if you really are struggling to, get to the gym, to stick to your meals, like there are so many strategies that you can set up to save time by implementing something as basic as this. Literally, like put a time for when you're going to have each meal. Estimate how long it's going to take you. Like, if you're not willing to do that, then you aren't ready for change, right? You don't want it bad enough because, it might seem like a lot, right? Like all of this shit, but this is the best way to operate. This is literally what's going to take you to the next level because this is what brings freedom. Think about it. This is what brings freedom. If you don't have financial structures in place, right? If you don't have budgets in place, you will never ever be financially free. If you don't have a healthy, quality meal plan in place, you will never have that freedom of a healthy lifestyle. No, you'll be in the hospital. You'll probably have type 2 diabetes. You have high blood sugar level, be on pills for the rest of your life. So you don't have health freedom. That's how everything works. If you don't set up a structure, a time thing, you are never going to have that freedom that you want, right? You're going to continuously feel like there's not enough time. You just don't know what's going on. You're extremely overwhelmed, and that's why. That's why these systems are set up. That's why these systems are set in place. Because I know for a fact when I don't have this shit set up, like I just get in my head. I overthink. I'm running around doing all of these, and on top of that shit, I got ADHD. So now I'm gonna like, it's this thing, then it's that thing, then it's this thing, then it's that thing, and it affects everything in my life. It affects my business. It affects my training, my state of mind, and my relationship. Like I want to fix that shit, right? I want to make sure that I am going all the way 100%. But guys, peace. I'm gonna go pack now, and then I'll probably see you when I'm packing, or I'll see you guys in the morning. But this was a very short one. Tomorrow, the big vlogs begin. Peace out. Let's do this.